Frozen in this moment, the last, and I know it. Think about the winners with hands with the coldest. Think about handout, shit, it's still growing. Think about the world, how we didn't even notice.
Hang on a second. A big hello and welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning our way. We really appreciate it. We had a small bit of technical difficulty. Always right at the last second. When you want to go live with something, it all kind of goes belly up on us. But if you're tuning our way, thank you. We really appreciate it. I'm going to be joined by the one and only Mr. Tim Ryan. Look at this. I've got my headphones all over the place because we were kind of, I don't know, how would you call it? We were running like mad people around the place trying to get everything to be loaded up in time. And of course, we went to a practice one and we got the practice going. And as soon as we went live, it all went. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be joined by the amazing Tim Ryan. Like I said in all my posts, he is the best in the business. It's that simple. The best in the business, the best I've ever seen or heard. So you're going to get to ask him loads and loads of questions. If you're joining us on YouTube, thanks for coming our way. If you're joining us on Facebook, thank you also. And I think we are somewhere else on Facebook. We could be on Twitter as well. So hello to everybody. You can put down your questions in the comment box. Just use the allow for StreamYard to use that type of thing. It's a cookie thing. I'm not really sure what it is. But if you have any questions, you can just put them in the comment section and hopefully we'll get to them. And we are going to be live. So we've got already people jumping in and saying hello to us. So you don't really want to come and see me. So we're going to do this. We're going to click. We're going to add Tim to the stream and hopefully he comes up. Tim, can you hear me?
Terence, finally.
Hey!
My fault. I'm not very technical minded, I'm afraid.
Well, with everything that's happened, we've managed to get rid of the delay. I can hear you. You can hear me. So it's perfect. Totally. So we just won't, either one of us don't touch anything else and it'll be okay for next time.
Hands off.
Tim, how are you, buddy? How are you getting on?
Great, Terence. Not about it. Thank you. How are you?
Sure, look, we're hanging in there. I'm making noise like I always do. That's all I'm doing is making noise and lots of it, buddy. It's that simple. It's that simple. That's all we're doing. We're trying to make as much noise. Now you do a little bit more noise than I do. You know, we have to go into this now. Some people know you, and of course you have your fans that are going to be tuning our way. We've got Haley Davis coming in already saying hello, Tim. We've got Neil Williams from the Cozy. We're saying hello as well. We've got all the way from Wales. That's Haley again coming in. We've got Neil. Neil, how are you, buddy? How are you saying hello to both of us? So we've got everybody coming in right now. And of course, I better say this professional, the manager.
The manager's in.
The queen is in. Yeah,
we bow before her. We bow before her.
Yeah, we're all going to get given out to now after this. We've got Aaron Ryan coming in as well. He's saying hi, Pops. Aaron, how are you, buddy? What's the crack?
Hello, Aaron.
So we've got everybody joining our way. So really appreciate it, guys. We're going to get into this now. And we're going to go back into the history books. Now, I had you on my show before when I was running a radio station, and I've never had, and we went through all of this before. But to our new fans, the people that are only starting to follow you on your social media and stuff like that, this is going to be a time where they can ask questions. Okay, so we're going to get to know you. You're going to get to know everything else. They're going to get to know. So hopefully, by the end of this, we're going to know everybody, and everybody's going to know us. So that's the plan.
Okay.
Right. So, how did all this start? Elvis. Why Elvis? Why did you love him so much?
Well, as a kid growing up, my father had a couple of albums of Elvis. I'm going back to now when I was in national school, and I used to come home in the evenings, and the father would have 2 or 3 albums there, and I'd always stick them on, and I just got to love the Elvis stuff. Like, you know, his music, I think, is incredible. Like, you know. Mm-hmm. It always lifts you. If you're down a bit, to me, it always lifted me a bit anyway. Like, you know, and you hear from the gospel to the ballads, it's unbelievable. Like, you know,
everything from start to finish.
Everything, yeah. And I've been playing that since I say 7, 8 years of age. You know, I grew in it.
And you haven't stopped.
No, I learned my first Elvis song was about, I say, 9 or 10. My first Elvis.
What was it?
It was unusual. It wasn't one of the big hits. It was this a song. Oh, Jenny, you got me now. The title's got me.
That's all right. That's okay.
Yeah, it'll come to me. But I was 10 when I learned the first one. But it was a slow ballad one, like, you know. So that's when I started.
Then getting up and performing, singing in your bedroom is a little bit different than, you know, getting up in front of hundreds of people and, you know, doing all the cartwheels and karate kicks. Like, where did that all start from?
Well, as you say, I started in my own bedroom, as I say, from a teenager, be singing in the bedroom, and you'd have an audience outside your window. Of couple of the friends would be listening to you. But
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
as I grew older and went to functions and weddings and things like that, people started asking me to go up and do Elvis, like, and that.
Mhm.
So I'd always do my 4 or 5 songs at every function I'd go to, like,
Yeah.
So that continued for years. And just when there about, I say it was 25 years ago, someone suggested why don't I do a charity night?
Mhm.
And I done a charity night and above in Meath, and it was a great success. And everyone says, why don't you keep doing it, like, So I stuck at it, like, and it's built from there, you know.
And it's just sort of snowballed all the way through.
Yeah, yeah. It's been great, like it's been fantastic, like,
So it's hardly been
fantastic.
25 years now you're doing Elvis. Is it that long?
I'm singing Elvis all my life, but I'm doing an ETA professionally since the year 2000.
Jesus, that's frightening when you
Yeah,
sort of think
yeah.
2000 is 21
Tw-
years ago now.
21 years ago
Christ,
now, nearly. Yeah, yeah.
that's
So
frightening, isn't it?
it flies by, absolutely
Yeah,
flies
yeah.
by. Flies
And
by.
you've enjoyed every bit of it. You love getting up on stage now, and it's
Oh
second
yeah,
nature to
it's
you now at this stage, is
second
it?
nature now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's nothing like performing in front of a crowd, and getting a reaction. Like, you know what I mean? It's brilliant.
Yeah,
It's really, there's a buzz out of it. Like,
that's
and
huge.
you can imagine like how a big artist feels in front of thousands of people. Like, it's crazy. It must be.
I just watched YouTube sent me down a rabbit hole there a couple of weeks ago, and
Right.
after watching the Bohemian Rhapsody movie,
I see.
I
Yeah.
went through and watched the Live Aid version of it, the actual Live Aid
Oh
version of
yeah.
it, and with
Yeah. Yeah.
Freddie Mercury just doing them a cappellas and getting the crowd to
Yeah.
sing back to him. Can you imagine what
Unbelievable.
that would have felt
Can
though?
you
Do you know
imagine?
what I
It
mean? Like,
must have been crazy. Like, must
yeah.
have been crazy feeling.
And that's them singing his words. Like, I'm a DJ
Yeah.
and I get a kick off people singing not even my own songs
Your own
back to me.
songs, I know. Yeah. Like the biggest crowd I done a Christmas party with, the biggest crowd I sang to about 700 people,
Wow.
and it was mental. The feeling, the buzz you get back from it, like, is fantastic. Like, fantastic.
I know it is
Yeah.
great, and like you can see, as the sad thing is about it is you can see why they kind of really run for that buzz all the time. Like you can kind of see why
Yeah.
drink and drugs kind of take over these artists when
Take
they're
over. Yeah,
constantly
yeah, yeah,
looking for it. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. It's
Because
that high, the high. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and they have to
Totally.
be at that high
Yeah,
all the
all the
time.
time. Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
but
yeah.
so what? Let's get back to some of the questions then we've had sent in to us.
Okay.
What do you feel like before you get on? You know, when Elvis was that the music, the intro starts.
Yeah,
Does that still put the hairs in the back of your neck getting ready to go?
you
Does it?
get you get the buzz. Yeah, you get the feeling. Yeah, and it's a great feeling. But it's when you stand behind, you hear that intro music coming on.
Yeah.
It's you do get the like you're representing Elvis here to do a good show. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the thing,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that's what you're constantly thinking of. Is you want to do the best show you can do. Like,
Yeah.
that's
All the time. I can only imagine it because like
yeah,
I don't know whether people at home know or not. You've done a couple of gigs now for me, and when I had
yeah,
before lockdown.
yeah.
And I'll tell the people who are listening now. I've told you this story 100 times, but the very first time I ever met you,
Yeah.
Claire came down, your manager. We'll get on to Claire
That's
in a
right.
second.
Yeah.
But all my job, it was my aunt's 50th, and she loved Vegas and she loved Elvis, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I was scratching my head 3 weeks beforehand trying to organize an Elvis impersonator in ETA, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was searching and searching for people, and I this was my problem. I had already the year before that, had gotten an impersonator of a different act. No, not Elvis, and he
Yeah.
was brutal. Oh my god, he broke my heart. Right, literally
Right.
broke my heart. He thought he actually was the person who he was
Oh,
impersonating. You know what
stop.
I mean? He genuinely thought like it wasn't
Yeah.
his tribute. He
Yeah.
was the act. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I hope to God no, I don't get someone like that again. You know what I mean? Because the whole party is kind of resting on my shoulders that I can turn around and get
Yeah.
someone that would do Elvis, like, you know what I mean? And I was only
Okay.
hoping for maybe 3 or 4 songs. I said to myself, Jesus, if I can get even just 3 or 4 songs, I'll kind
Yeah.
of wing a DJ the back of it then, like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
was hoping. But I remember as soon as I rang Claire, I says, "Hi, how are you?" Because I got your number from another place you played down in Castletown Bear.
Yeah.
And I was told you're very good and get him. So I was like, right, okay, that's fair enough. So Claire rang me, and of course, Claire being Claire, we ended up staying on the phone for nearly 2 hours trying to book this
Yeah.
one gig anyway. I found out who her son's name was, Terence, and Jesus, we went through the whole family tree then at one stage, like as Claire does. Now we do love Claire. We're not going to say anything bad about Claire because she'll kill us afterwards. But no, we do love Claire, and went through the whole lot of it. And I remember she came down and she was like, "Do you know, we're the president of the Elvis." What was it? The Elvis Club of
fan club. The fan club.
Fan club. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
And she was like, she gets an honorary membership, and I was like, geez, this is fantastic. Like, because this was all new to me. Now, I was a fan of Elvis, but I think you've kind of opened my eyes to what Elvis actually is, to be perfectly honest, right?
Yeah.
So I was sort of going, geez, this is very technical now. Like, these people really like Elvis. So you came in anyway, and you being you're very quiet and hi, I'm Tim, and I was going, oh Jesus, I was praying. I was like, Jesus, do you fancy a pint or anything like that? And you're like, no, I just have my cordial. I was going, oh God, no, he doesn't even drink. What am I going to do? So I remember my granny is Jesus, what she's in her golden years, we'll say. I better not say her age online because she'll probably just hunt me down and kill me. But she's in her golden years, and she's from Dublin, so she was like, here, Terence, what's this fella like? And I was going, Granny, I have no idea. I says, I'm only going on someone else's recommendation. He's very quiet, isn't he? And I was going, yes, Granny. Now the sweat in the back of my neck now was starting to go down. I was really worried, like, really worried. And then as soon as you pressed play on that, you just changed into a different man.
Yeah,
my granny, like, she's up there in her 70s. She got up off the floor, and I swear to God, she didn't get up. I'd say she needed 2 hip replacements by the time she was finished. Night. It was brilliant. It was like, but you just change as soon as that intro. There's this beast that comes out of you that is just like, right, I'm here. I'm ready to do my job, and it was like a different. You're a different man as soon as that intro starts. As soon as that music starts, it just boom. It just takes off.
But I think most ETAs feel that. Elvis impersonators, like when they put on the suit, they kind of not become Elvis, but you try to do your utmost to perform the best you can, because Elvis had to have very high performance level. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's just that you want to live up to. You don't want to be given a bad impression that you're there and you're no interest in it, like, or anything like that. But I always try to give 100% and the best I can do of Elvis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I cannot deny your commitment to it, because everything, whether you're in your sitting room doing your live gigs or you're in the middle of a bar with 300, 400 people inside there, you give it your all every single time, and that's commitment. Because even, like, I can say for myself, when I'm DJing and you go to a bar and there's no one there, you're kind of going, oh God, like, you have to kind of keep yourself motivated to keep going.
That's exactly,
hats off to you, man. You do it whether the bar is full or you're in your sitting room. You're always there, 100%. Like,
I often sang in the bar with 3 lads sitting at the bar. It's crazy, like,
we've got a question in from your son. He goes, "What's your favorite instrument? What's your favorite instrument solo in Elvis?" It's a tough question for you there, Dad. Sorry about that. So I'm guessing it's what's your favorite solo instrument in an Elvis song?
What do you mean by solo instrument? No, favorite song, I wonder, is it? He means.
What's your favorite instrument solo in an Elvis song? Sorry, I got that completely wrong myself. Jesus, I can't even do that. What's your favorite instrument solo? So what's your favorite solo, being a drum intro or what's your favorite part of the Elvis song?
The drums. Ronnie Tutt with Elvis. Yeah. Ronnie Tutt, like, every little tap of the drum, Elvis reacted to it, you know what I mean? And I love the drums personally myself, more than guitar or anything like that. The drums will get you going, to me, like, the more drums, the better.
He's really firing in the questions now. He wants to know.
He
wants to know a drum solo or a guitar solo. He's really putting you on the spot now.
No, the drum solo by far.
100%.
100%. The drums are. You can't stop moving when the drums are beating. End of story.
Yeah, and you just keep going all the time, like.
Yeah. It makes. I think the drums.
Go on.
Sorry. No. I think I think the drums are the most important part of a band. Like, to me, anyway.
Yeah. There's
to
a lot of
me.
people at home now saying, fair play to you, Tim. All them drummers that have been put into the very back behind
Yeah,
all the singers, they're all going, Jesus, Tim,
yeah.
fair play to you.
Yeah, no, drummer. To me, he's the man. He's the
He's
man.
the
Yeah.
Now, we know you have, I know personally you've entered a couple of competitions along the way. Which ones have you
Yeah.
entered in?
Well, the very first one I went over to was in Wales, in Hall, where about 30,000 people go to every year to the Elvis convention
Jesus.
thing over there.
Wow.
It's mental. It's been mental.
Yeah.
And I entered the main competition, which was it goes on every year, and the winner I think goes off to Memphis. The winner of it, and the first year I didn't get into the final, but 3 years ago I got into the final, the top 6 in that, and I didn't get anywhere, but I got into the final, which is a great achievement.
Huge.
But then I went into another competition there, and I won. It's a bar like yours, Terence.
Yeah.
In Bantry, and they have a competition there, and I won that. It's called King of the Cabin, and I won that.
King of the Cabin. That's pretty
King
cool,
of the Cabin.
isn't it?
Yeah. But we went to Spain as well. There was a couple of competitions in Spain. So I was good crack there as well, So
do you enjoy the competitions?
I do, to a point. Yeah, it's always great to push yourself out there, But as you can see, I don't have the sideburns, and I don't have the big Elvis mop and all that. I just like getting up there and singing the Elvis songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Although I do for the shows and that, as you know, I do the hair and all that. But the judges seem to like, the real
the
hair
look.
and So. But I got fantastic response. Like the last time I was in Hall, I done a few great songs there, and everyone was coming up to me after, like he said it was fantastic, So
that's
I like
buzz
that.
As well,
Yeah, that's the buzz, that's the buzz I get out of it.
And do you like I know everybody is sort of comes in, but do you like watching? Who's your favorite ETA?
Oh, right.
There we go. Here we go. Now we're getting
that's
interesting.
A good one. That's a good question.
I may insult a couple of people here now, so sorry.
There's a couple of the American fellas there. They are very good. I like Ben Portsmouth. Ben Portsmouth is good now. Like he does worldwide. He was all over the world tours. But he's pretty good now. Pretty good. I love to be able to play with their band. It's the band I'd be looking at. The big orchestra behind him,
Yeah, when Elvis went big with the orchestras, it was some spectacular.
Oh yeah, totally,
just a vision, to be just an actual show all the way,
Yeah. The music alone, they're special people, the musicians,
Yeah, and they seem to just feed off themselves.
Totally.
That was the one thing. That was the one thing I always liked about Elvis's live shows. They all seem to feed off each other. You know what I mean? They all seem to have a point,
Yeah. They knew when to come in. They knew when not to. The little riffs they used to play when Elvis make a move, one of his karate moves or something. The drums would go, or it's just the buzz you get out of that,
And when you see, he'd be able to just cut them, and they'd all cut bang on.
Yeah, straight away.
He was sort of puppeteering the whole lot of it, and they all knew their place. And
he was the conductor. Yeah, the conductor.
That's the easiest way to describe it. Your son is giving you a hard time now. I have to admit now. Your son is giving you another hard time. Yeah, he is. He says, "Tell the story about the time you sung with Joe S." Hold on,
oh yeah, Joe
Esposito moment when you sang in front of him at the Red Cow in Dublin.
Yeah, we went up to Dublin to a show, and Joe Esposito, Elvis's tour manager, was there, and I went up, and there was half dozen ETAs. Then we all went up and done our piece. But the buzz I got that night, and thanks for reminding me, Aaron, was I done the American trilogy.
Yes, I love. That's my favorite.
And when I have the cape on me and everything,
Yeah.
And at the end of it, I had to turn around and hold out the cape, as you know, Terence.
Yeah.
I turned around, and in front of me was Joe Esposito standing up, a standing ovation to me, and I doing that.
Wow!
To see that, it was incredible. You know what I mean?
Jesus, that must have been the pinnacle.
you get shivers. You know what I mean? Watch it,
Yeah,
because I was conscious he was there. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And just when you turn around and see him standing up applauding, you know,
yeah.
it was unbelievable, unbelievable.
That's boyhood dreams right there. Like it
Yeah,
really is. You
totally,
know what I mean?
totally,
Like
yeah, totally.
th-
I got me
because
photo take with him and all afterwards, and so
yeah.
it was great. Yeah, I got the photo take. I still have it. Yeah, still have it.
Wow, we've got Trevor Lemon coming in as well. Great interview with Tim Lemon up in the Northern Ireland. I think that was your show you were on there recently enough,
Yeah,
was it?
Belfast, yeah, up in Belfast, yeah,
Up in Belfast. Jesus, Tim, you're getting
yeah,
around on this internet. For someone that is not very
yeah.
technical by any means, you're getting around on this on
As
these
long as I have a
internet
kid,
shows.
once I have, oh no, this we've done a gig up there.
Oh, we did a gig, did you?
A day
Ah,
gig up there,
right.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's right.
What's your favorite? We got another song coming in. They're all coming in very thick and fast now. It's
Yeah,
very hard to keep track. We got Neil coming in from Bantry. He wants to know what's your favorite Elvis song. I think I know this one.
yeah. Well, I've two on the ballad side of things. My favorite ballad is "Tender Feelings" from Kissing
Hmm.
Cousins, and but my all-time, suppose, big song is the American Trilogy. I love singing that.
Yes.
You know, love singing it. It's just that big orchestra sound behind you, and
Yeah.
you know, it's really good. Really, really
Well, I was over in Vegas.
good.
What 3 years ago now? 4 years ago must have been.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I went to see an Elvis tribute act there.
All
Now,
right.
for the life of me, I'm gonna get this guy's name wrong, so I'm not even gonna bother saying who he was because I'll definitely
Right.
dishonor the man that way.
Yeah.
But I have to say, Tim, we were inside there. There was probably 400 or 500 people there. Now he was very, very good. He really was
Okay.
very, very good. But I was a bit
Yeah.
overcritical. I said he's no Tim Ryan anyway. That's what I kept saying to my
Right.
fiance. I said he's no Tim Ryan, and she kept saying,
Right.
"Shut up, Terrence." I said, "No, no, no. Tim can do a better job of this song than he can." Like I said, we have to
Yeah.
get Tim to Vegas, and we have to get him on a show up there. I said,
I
that's what we're
wish.
going to
I
get.
wish. Yeah. I wish. I wish. I wish. God,
We'll
that
get
would
you
be
there.
something.
We'll get you there. Don't
Oh,
worry.
please
We know a
God.
couple
Please
of
God.
fellas over there in Vegas, all right, that might get a band or two over there, and I know a couple of
Good
lads
stuff.
that
Good
travel.
stuff.
So you never know, Tim. You could be doing a
Never
weekend or
know.
two over there.
Never know.
You have to. It has to. Yeah, every Elvis act has to make it to Vegas. That's the big one.
Is the boss watching there? Still, is the boss watching?
She's watching. I see how I'm on my best behavior now. Like,
Yeah. You have to talk to her, Terence. I'm afraid you have to talk to her.
we'll get
Claire will
on
have to
that too.
organise it.
Oh, we'll definitely
Well,
Have
well,
you been to
enjoy.
Graceland? One?
No, that's what I was just going to say there, Terence. Next year, Claire is organising a trip over to Graceland.
Oh, really?
22. We were supposed to go last year, but with the lockdown and everything, we
I
couldn't go.
remember that. Yes, yes, yes.
So
I remember.
it's organised for 2022. I'm not sure the month we're going, but we're going over anyway. And I'm performing in Nashville. I
In
think I'm
Nashville.
performing it. I think I am in Memphis as well. I think I am.
Wow, that's gonna be
And
pretty cool, isn't it?
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Now it'll be very, very good. Now, I'm going to record in Sun Studios as well. So
Jesus, this is
yeah,
all coming true, Tim. I'm telling you, buddy, you're
yeah.
getting there.
Next year,
You
please
know.
God, no. Next year.
Well, hopefully everything gets back to normal by the end of this year.
Yeah, yeah.
And we can get doing gigs again, and we can stop
But
all
that's the
these.
thing. Yeah. Hopefully
Well,
by September or October we might be able, like, you know.
yeah, no, Claire's already gotten in. She says you're both cruising now, lads. So we better
Oh,
stay
I'm
away
cruising,
from
yeah, yeah.
Claire. Yeah.
Just
We're-
just book the flights, Claire. Book the flights.
we'll all be there. We'll all be there. We'll go straight over there.
Yeah.
Telling you, we'll be there in a heartbeat. What do you
Heartbeat,
think?
yeah.
What do you think it was about Elvis though that gave him like he sort of just peaked and valleyed so many times, but he managed to always
Yeah.
come back. Like what do you think it
Yeah.
was about that? Like
I think I know I don't know, when he was on stage, charisma.
yeah,
I think he used charisma on stage, you know what I mean?
yeah.
No matter
yeah,
no matter what kind of song he sang or anything like that, he was just, I think, a brilliant artist. You know, he could sing anything. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Anything. You know,
yeah.
like I'm only getting into it now because Claire was asking me to do a few of the songs. It's the gospel stuff, and some of the songs are you listen to them and they're incredible. Like, you know,
Oh,
and then
like
yeah, and then he goes on and sings rock and roll. You know what I mean? It's totally, you know, totally different. But his voice was just incredible. You know, totally incredible.
Some of his live performances I've watched, he just seems to, I don't know, his voice just seems to transcend everything he did on stage. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you could see him, and
yeah,
he would close his eyes, and you could see, like he was almost
yeah,
like the Hulk powering up. Like you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
you could
Every
see him when
song,
he was singing it.
to me, every song he sang was a story. You know what I mean? To him,
That's a good way of looking at it. Yeah.
you know, every song was a story to him. Like, you know, it really meant something to him. Like, you know, at the time, I think.
And he just managed to keep going and going and going with it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like
Definitely.
he gigged every single day, wasn't it? Jesus, up nearly to
Three
his death,
show,
like he was gigging.
3 shows a day.
Jesus
He
Christ,
done
that's
he
some
done
going,
thir-
isn't it?
he done 30 nights in Vegas in one stint. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Over one period. It's
that's
crazy, like, you know.
frightening. That's frightening,
Yeah,
isn't it? Like when you
yeah.
really think about it, like
There was always an afternoon show, a dinner show at 8 o'clock, and then there was a midnight show. They
that's
were the
some
three
going, isn't
times.
it?
Yeah, and he was
Like,
often you read things in books and all that. He was often sick, and his voice wasn't probably totally right, and he was
mm,
the manager made him get out of his bed and do the shows. You know what I mean? He
what
was
was his manager's name again?
Colonel Parker. Colonel
Conor.
Parker.
Sure, he was gambling all the money
Oh
downstairs, and that's
yeah,
how he kept them in the
sure,
hotels.
he was millions in debt, Shudder. Millions.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah.
and that's how he paid. Wasn't it? Is that just an urban myth, or was it that's how he paid all his
Well,
debt back to him?
that's
Like you know,
you know, you read the stories, you see the documentaries and that. You know, apparently
yeah,
he was in debt into millions to the Vegas there, like, you know, and he had to keep Elvis going there all the time. That's why he kept Elvis going. Like
yeah.
everyone said, he should have done a world tour. Any other artist would have done a world tour, you know.
It probably would have saved him if he had it.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, it would have created some interest for him, like, you know. But I tell you, like, the manager didn't want him to do the '68 comeback special, you know.
Mm, yeah,
But
yeah.
the fella that directed that show, I forget his name now. He told Elvis he's doing it. End of story. You know, he's going to do
That
it.
was the one with
So
the guitar, wasn't it? In the black leather
yeah,
jacket and
and the
all that
black leather
on
jacket. Yeah,
stage.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember seeing that online. All right, that's a cool
yeah.
show. That's a
That's
really like
fantastic show. Yeah,
you see a
fantastic
very
show.
soft side to him in that. A
Yeah,
really
yeah,
soft sort of like he's just a young boy, like you know what I mean. That
yeah.
has just
And
been
still, he goes back to his roots. He has his original band there with him, playing
yeah,
acoustically. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
You know, yeah,
No, I just these artists they just come along. Like the sad thing about it is it almost seems that you have to be so far out there to be great. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
see like Freddie
yeah,
Mercury, like they all have their troubles. Like they all have
yeah,
serious troubles, whether it be
yeah,
drugs or
yeah,
alcohol or anything. Like you kind of go, wow, if these people just got some bit straight on the narrow road, they'd be
yeah,
great. But
yeah.
would they still be as good as they were
As
if
good as
they
they
were like,
were.
you know,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
makes you
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Like it really
It
makes you
would.
think.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. As you said earlier on, I think it's the buzz. They wanted the buzz
Yeah,
constantly. You know what I mean? That's what happened. Like, you know, with a lot of them, you know. I say
it's addictive. That buzz
it
is
is.
very addictive, though. You
It
know,
can be. It can be. Yeah.
I know it
It
is.
can
It's
be.
not. It can be.
Yeah.
It is. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
even sing, and when I have certain weddings or if I'm in a bar or something like that, and you get anybody
Yeah.
singing for some
Yeah.
bit, um, if you got it for some bit of time singing
Yeah.
with you, like oh, you think you're on cloud nine. You
No.
really,
Yeah.
really
No.
do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. 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 Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
do you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, could you imagine if any of these artists were born in recent times? Like, they'd blow away anything that they have now. Like,
Oh,
they
totally.
really would. Like,
You'll never see artists like them again. Like, you know, the Elvis Presley's and Roy Orbison's, Johnny Cash. You know, you'll never see any of them again. Like, no, ever.
who else do you
Mm.
listen to? So, Tim, rather than Elvis, who else are you listening to?
Oh, all that stuff. I love uh, Roy Orbison, uh,
You do a couple of
uh,
Shakin' Stevens songs, don't you?
Shaker Stevens. I met Shaker Stevens, yeah,
Did you meet him?
and
How did that go on?
I met him above in. I met him twice actually. I met him below in Kerry. He'd done a concert down in Horns Hotel in Kerry. I don't think Horns is there anymore. And I was I was dressed up in the Wranglers, of course, back in the '80s, and
With the 501s.
yeah, and I was up the stage singing, and he came down off the stage, and we were both singing into the one microphone, the two of us.
Jesus, wow.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool, isn't it?
that was super. Yeah, and then later on, I say back in I say it was 90 something. a friend of mine was a country and western singer. He was on a TV show above an RTE, and
Yeah.
Shaky was a guest on the show, and
All right.
he brought me up and brought me backstage to meet Shaky Stevens. And of course,
Wow.
I was knocking on his dressing room door.
Yeah.
I knocked on it, and out walked Shaky Stevens, and I couldn't speak. My voice, I didn't know what to ask him. I totally went blank. Totally went blank.
I could actually vouch for that. That actually happened to me recently enough too. Before
Yeah.
lockdown, I was emceeing a night in the West Lodge Hotel here, and it was for Gary Anderson, the dart thrower, right? The darts player.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
I'm a huge Gary Anderson fan, like absolutely
Right.
huge Gary Anderson fan. And I knew the guy who was organizing. He said to me, I said to him, look, I said, I'll do the gig for free. I said, I just want to meet him.
Want
you know
to
what I mean?
meet him. Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to meet him. So I was doing the emceeing for it. I was welcoming him out onto the stage and the whole lot. And I turned around and I said, Johnny was his name. I said, Johnny, I said, I actually have to meet him before
Yeah.
I go on stage. He goes, why?
Right.
And I says, because if I see him coming towards me, I will just choke up completely.
Yeah. Yeah. Choke up. Yeah.
I will literally just, my throat will dry.
Yeah.
And he was going, Jesus, Terence, you're doing this for ages. This wouldn't happen to you at all. Like, I'm
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
100% it'll happen to me, right?
Yeah.
So I said to him, I said, look, just let me meet him first. So anyway, we went up anyway, and he brought me into the room, and there he was just practicing his darts, right?
Right.
And I swear I was like a kid meeting Santa Claus. That was
Oh,
the
yes,
easiest way of saying it. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I was
It's
there. I
unreal,
put out my hand to shake, and my hands were like, my hands were sweating, and I was like this, and my throat
Yeah,
had
yeah.
dried up. And he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're the MC for the night, are you?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." And he goes, "Jesus, you're very quiet, aren't you?" And Johnny, the organizer, says, "This is the quietest I've ever heard him in 30 years."
Heard him. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So no, it happens. Like, and like,
Yeah.
you don't think it'll happen, and you have
don't,
to
you
go
don't,
through
yeah.
these little things. And boom,
Yeah,
it happens just straight away. Then,
Yeah.
like, you know what
You
I mean?
wouldn't think it. No. Yeah. Totally. Totally.
But these are little things that sort of they sort of crack you. You know what I mean? You think you're
Oh, yeah.
professional, and you think you're like this until you sort of get put on the spot with someone who is professional, and you're going to go, do you know what I mean?
That's,
So
yeah. It's just.
but you're doing,
Yeah.
you're blowing up big on the internet, Tim. I'll have to say to you, buddy, you're. I
Yeah.
remember when you first started all these live feeds from your living room, you were getting a good support, and now I can't even get a song requested anymore. I just get thrown down to the very, very bottom.
It's unreal. It's we have people watching from America, from Wales, Scotland, England, Germany, even Holland. It's been even Australia had a few people watching in one night. You know?
Jesus.
It's
But isn't
crazy.
it amazing how you can connect to the whole world just from your city?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, you know, unbelievable. You know, I'm not that technical, like, you know, so I'd be in dread, like, you know, something's going to go wrong.
Do you know what the thing I'd always say that way? Always make sure that things go colossally wrong, because then you know how to fix it the next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, like, I've had these podcasts going, and everything will be perfect. Like, we'd be full on into it. And there was one particular podcast I did with someone, and the whole internet system went down, and I was just like this. I was froze for about 5 minutes, and it went crazy. Now, the poor woman I was interviewing managed to keep the whole podcast going for a half an hour while I tried to scramble to get back onto it.
Get back on.
But the service provider was down, so I couldn't even get on to the podcast. So graciously, I rang her and I said, "Look, I said, we're in a small bit of a problem here. I have no internet where I'm at. I said, I can't get back into the server. I says, you'll just have to come off it." So she answers the phone live on the podcast, telling everybody that, you know, Terence has no internet, as professional as ever is what he does. He's no internet. So ever since then, I've kind of gone to myself, well, that's the worst thing that could ever happen to me. So anything else that kind of happens, we can deal with. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
So once you go colossally wrong, everything's okay.
You know
that's the way I think. You know, once you have a real catastrophic failure, everything else is good. But do you think, Tim, if it wasn't for COVID or the lockdown, do you think you'd be doing these live gigs, or would you have any interest in them at all?
I would. I've done them. I've done the live Facebook thing, even when I was gigging, like, you know.
Yeah.
But you probably wouldn't have as many people watching you. You know what I mean? But still done them anyway. Like, you know, I always enjoy doing a bit of singing anyway, so it's good practice.
come here. It keeps everybody on their toes, though. You know,
Yeah, that's good point.
I did a kiddies disco back this time last year for like the local kids in the area, and
Yeah.
I was never more nervous in my whole entire life doing it in front of the phone. I was
Yeah, yeah,
scared. I really was. I was like going, oh God, oh God, oh God, because I didn't know whether it was going to be live. I didn't know how people
yeah,
were going to pick it up. I didn't know how I would look online, and it's like going, Jesus, like, you know, questioning
the kid,
myself after
yeah,
DJing for like 15 odd years or however long it is. I'm going,
yeah.
my
The kids
God,
will tell you the truth anyway.
oh, they do, and it's
Yeah,
as
they do.
blunt, like, you know,
Yeah,
it is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
blunt. Now,
yeah,
sometimes you manage to sort of get a couple of comments from them, and they go, "Play my song, please." So you kind of do
yeah,
your best you can to play it, and then like
yeah.
you'll say, "I'll play that song next on the radio," you know, for them
Right.
or on
Yeah,
the feed, and then they'll
yeah,
write back to you saying, "That's not the song I asked for. Where's my song?" Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. I know, I know,
So
I know.
they're very brutally honest with you. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now we've another
So
question coming in there. Now we've got, what's your
okay.
favorite Elvis film?
Favorite film it'd be Loving You. I think
Loving You. That was a good movie. I
Loving
like
You.
that movie
Yeah,
actually.
good movie. Yeah. Although
Yeah,
King Griot is a great film too. Like it's one of his best
yeah.
acting movies. And there are some great songs in them, but I think Loving You is my favorite.
Favorite years of Elvis songs? Which do you think? What sort of years? What's your sort of
Oh,
favorite area? Like,
that's a tricky one. Though. There's right across. The whole 60s, 70s. You know, 50s as well. Some of these, it's hard to pick out a specific area. But I
yeah,
think
yeah,
probably my voice would be more suited for the 70s stuff. You know,
yeah.
probably at the moment. So I suppose 70s, I'll say.
70s, you'll say. Look,
Yeah, yeah. You
everybody's
know,
got their favorite kind of area of
yeah.
an artist. You know
That's
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So now you do have two loves, and I thought we could be best friends forever, but you do love Elvis and you love sadly Liverpool. What's going on there, Tim?
You'll never walk alone.
Ah, Jesus.
Totally,
Just when I thought we could be best friends for life, you have to go
totally,
and spoil
totally. No,
it.
I'm afraid not. I'm fooled through and through,
What's happened to you
through
this
and
year,
through.
Tim? You haven't even showed up, like.
No, I think we've lost too many players at the one time. As simple as that.
Yeah, yeah,
It was two centre backs to go within the space of 3 weeks. Then you have two midfielders going back there. Can't be
yeah,
done. Not at
yeah,
that
yeah,
level.
yeah.
It's too
You
good.
lose the
And now,
core of the team.
yeah, and then Jordan Henderson as well, who was the engine of the team.
Yeah,
Is gone
yeah.
as well. It's just mark my words. This time next year we'll be on top of the league.
Oh, there. Well, which league? You know, you couldn't even qualify for the Super League. So, you
No,
know,
Premier League. That'll blow over. That'll blow over.
that Super League is
Yeah,
finished now. It was kind of a good
yeah,
idea, but like, I don't know.
yeah.
It was
There's
the wrong
no
time, really, wasn't it?
there's no competition. You'd
Yeah.
ruin football. You'd ruin football.
No, well, yeah, you would, but it's
Yeah,
still kind of a good idea. Like, if they had of, um, what's the word? They came out with it at the wrong time. You know, they came out with it when like everybody is sort of stuck for cash, and like it seemed to be just a money grab situation. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
totally.
so
Like as Jurgen Klopp says, they don't want to be playing AC Milan 3 times a year.
yeah, it's bad enough trying to
That's,
play them once,
yeah.
twice.
What's the point? What's the point in it? No point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's
Uh,
the American style of football, though. They
that's the
believe
American
this
thing. Yeah,
Super League type
totally.
thing, like, you know,
Play
it's
three
not
times a
really good.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they have
uh,
series over there too, don't they? Like they play
yeah,
the series of it, like, you know.
yeah.
Hold on, we've got
Um,
Niall Kelly coming in as well. He's saying, "How are you, Tim?" Niall from Blessington
Niall,
here.
yeah, Niall,
We've got Nancy Barron coming in saying hello as well. She
Nancy.
loves
She's from
Gary
Scotland.
Anderson too. Yeah, from Scotland.
Yeah,
Oh, we've got the
Scotland.
Scots
Yeah,
coming into us as well. Haley
yeah,
Davis is looking for a song. Haley, I can't do a song because the software I'm using would not do Tim any justice. Okay, so that's why we're not
yeah,
going to do any songs. But I
yeah,
tell you what, if you put whatever song you want in the comment section, I promise he'll play that first the next time he goes live. When are you going live
yeah.
again, Tim? Next week? Or are you going this weekend?
It'll, the 4th of May, I'm on an English site, Elvis Tribute Artist. 4th of May. When's that?
When is
That's
that? That's next week, is it? Hold on, let me check. Well,
I'm
we're
not
the
sure.
23rd now, so no, it'd be 10 days
Oh
time, so
no,
a week and a half.
yeah. Well, I'll
A week.
probably be on maybe next Friday week. This day, what day?
Friday week you'll be on.
This day week. Hopefully,
I see. We've got loads of people
Yeah.
coming in there now. So it's hard to keep up with. Your
Yeah.
son is giving you a hard time. Your son's giving most of these questions now, to be fair to me.
Oh, Jay.
Right? So I'm going to have to thank him after this.
Have we no questions from Claire? We've no questions from Claire, no.
we do have a couple. I've gotten through some of them as well. Like
Oh,
everyone thinks
right.
now. Look, everybody thinks looking at this how professional I am. You'd swear I have all these questions added up. Like
Yeah.
if you look back over this, you'll see the really stupid questions, and the stupid questions are actually coming from me. All the correct ones and the really nice ones, they're all coming from either your son or they're coming from Claire. So all the stupid
Right.
questions are coming from me. The Liverpool questions, that's my side of this.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Aaron wants to know, out of all your Elvis jumpsuits, which is your favorite one?
Oh. I don't have it. My favorite one.
You don't have it.
I don't have the one at my favorite. It's the Aloha. It's the Aloha suit. The one he wore at the 1973 Aloha special.
I don't know. Is that the white? Is that the white one? No,
That's the white one with the eagles on it.
with the eagles on it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's my favorite. But I have the blue one, and I have powder blue suit, and the black one was great, and the black and white one I have as well. I love the three of them. Like,
They're
great
pretty cool.
suits.
What was the idea behind the jumpsuits? I've never.
It's
managed
for
to
his
figure out
karate movements. At the time,
that.
he wanted something to be able to be flexible for karate moves. Whereas if he was wearing a belt and the pants, he'd be restricted, kind of, with the pants.
Yes.
You're looser. It's looser, for the suits,
So that makes
So
sense.
That was his reason,
Where did all this karate come from? I remember he was doing it just because he used to actually kick doors in, didn't he? Backstage, like that was his thing, like kicking a door in
That's
backstage.
apparently so. I don't know, but it was. I think it was a 3-time black belt he had anyway.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't know how he got into it or anything. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I remember reading that somewhere that whole sort of karate kick was him kicking a door in, or someone
Right.
told him he couldn't do it or something like that, and he managed to flick it over.
Kicking a door.
Anyway,
Right,
do you know what I mean?
right.
So we've got Claire coming in. She's saying that your old suit is on the way.
I have a new suit coming from America. Yeah.
See, look, thank God for Claire. Where would
Yeah,
we both
that's
be
it.
without Claire?
Yeah. Staff.
So yes,
Claire has
Go
a
on.
great job of cleaning them after the show. She steam
Oh,
cleans them,
Jesus.
So
She steam cleans
yeah.
them. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, where would you be? We'd be lost.
Where would you
We'd
be? Yeah.
lost. Where's the
lost, yeah.
furthest you've travelled with your act? Where's the furthest you've done a show?
In Ireland here.
Yeah.
I suppose either Bantry or Belfast to be the furthest.
Jesus, that's top and tail, really.
Yeah.
You've done Castletown Bear. That's further on down the road.
That's
than us.
further down. Yeah, I've done that twice. Yeah.
Yeah,
done that
so
twice,
that's where I picked you up from. So yeah, Castletown Bear, you don't really get much further down there. Like
No,
that's right where the teddy bear toenails are. Like
Next stop is America.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We got Claire coming in saying that you're on Friday the 4th on ETA's live feed. So
Friday the 4th, yeah.
we've managed to get that.
Yeah, but I'll be on my own page Friday week. This day week.
This day week you will be, yeah?
Yeah, on my own page, yeah.
See, like this is coming along just nicely. We've got loads of people coming in. I'm after missing a couple of questions now, so I'm going to make sure everybody gets their questions. So we've got a couple of more minutes, guys. If you want, or if you have questions to ask, you can always get them answered. But I do have. Trying to make sure everybody gets their question asked here because I'll be giving out to afterwards. No, I can't. I think we've gotten nearly everybody. Nearly everybody's questions are coming in. Are you ever going to come to Scotland, Tim? That's a question coming in from Hazel.
Yeah, we were going to do kind of a tour across England and up by Scotland. Again, it was towards the end of last year, but we couldn't with the lockdown. So hopefully, when this lockdown is over, Claire might organise something. We do a few gigs over across the water, So
that'll be fun.
See, Claire's all the contacts. I know no one, Terence, only yourself. I leave it all the work to Claire, So.
Well, she does a good job, to be fair to her.
She does a great job, yeah, super.
She does a great job. Having to put up with you all the time now after all these years now is patron saint, I tell you.
I'm always hopping the ball with her anyway, so she knows that.
No, she knows
Yeah.
that. We all love Claire, you know. She's
Yeah.
our mammy, even though she doesn't like us calling mammy. I'll
Yeah.
probably get given on to after this now, so we won't do it anymore. We just say the one
No.
time she's mammy, and
Yeah.
we all have to obey. But yeah, that's Tim, man. I really appreciate taking the time up. I
Yeah.
know you're very busy, and I know you're to get ready
No.
for all these type of shows that you're doing. But come here to me. Let me answer one more question from you, right?
Yeah.
This whole Elvis thing, right?
Yeah.
Elvis has seemed to go through the absolute ages. Like my kids listen to Elvis. You know what I mean? And
there you
they're
go.
8 and 9. What do
Yeah.
you think has made him last so long?
I just think it's the songs, the music. You know, I think everyone appreciates good songs to listen to and take something from the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think even now I'm finding out new songs. Even I'm only learning at the moment. I'm learning a few songs I haven't heard since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
But I'm going back to them again. You know what I mean? And they're just fantastic. The music is just fantastic. I mean, there's only probably 5 or 6 Elvis impersonators in Ireland. But if you go across to England, just kids impersonating Elvis over in England.
There is a good little kid that I saw him. What's his name? Oh, he must be only about 13, I'd say. What's his name? He's got all the hair and all the movement and all the. Oh my God! He came up on one of the pages there.
Yeah.
It's not Noah. Someone's going to come in with it now. Young fella.
Yeah.
Claire probably knows that he's very, very good. Actually, I quite like to.
There's loads of them over in England. England is full of them now, you know. And even America. If you see America, I've seen 12, 13-year-olds doing Elvis over on the Facebook, you know. And from America,
that's where I'm getting this from. It's not his name, not Memphis. It's not Noah. It's something, and I guarantee you, someone is roaring this at the screen there now.
Yeah.
Hold on, we've got a question from Niall Kelly. Hang on a second there now.
Okay.
Was it true that they told Elvis to be careful going on stage because of one of his last concerts because of his weight?
Yeah, that was true. There was big high steps going up onto the stage, and you can actually hear him telling him. It's recorded in 1976. The show was filmed. He was overweight and that, like, you know, and all that, but his voice was still there, like, you know. Totally there.
You could see him, I saw one part where he's nearly in tears trying to sing this one song.
Yeah.
It was tears or sweat, I wasn't sure, but the camera focuses in on his face.
Yeah.
And like you could nearly hear the pain in him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He'd given up, and to me personally, I think Elvis, since after 1973, 74, Elvis just gave up on everything, like, you know. He just no interest anymore.
It's sad though, isn't it? Like realistically,
it was sad.
Like for a man.
He could have toured the world, you know.
Yeah.
And but still, look, he never left America. Only once to go to Canada for one show, and he's the only artist out there that's never been forgotten, in my opinion. You know?
I don't think he ever will be. To be fair to him, I don't think he can.
No.
I think he's etched his name in forever history in music.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows him. You know what I mean? Like even if he gets stuck, like I've been stuck at a couple of weddings sometime, and you kind of go, right, what to play next? You know, what kind of gets both the young and the old up dancing?
The old out.
Just a bit of Elvis, put on a bit of Elvis.
You stick on Suspicious Minds or Jailhouse Rock there, they'll be all out.
Yeah, but that's it. Jailhouse Rock is my favorite go-to song. If I'm having a really crap night and no one's dancing, Jailhouse Rock, boom, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'll shake the dead, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
totally.
That's what I think. Moses Snow is the name of that young fella. That's the
Moses Snow. That's it. Yeah.
He has everything. He has the charisma. He has the hips. The whole.
Yeah, he's American now. He's one of the Americans.
He's good though.
Yeah.
He can sing.
He's good.
Fella, like, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They really seem to. They really seem to have, like, as a package. They really seem to have them packaged at that age.
They're good to hold that. Yeah, totally.
You know. But right, Tim, we've come to the part of our podcast where we've got to do our rapid fire quiz time, right? So if you have another question you want to ask Tim, ladies and gentlemen, you have about 30 seconds because that's all that's left of this quiz, right? So we're going to get it going there now in about another 10 seconds. These questions are yes/no questions, or they're multiple choice questions, but you got to be fast. So they're going to come to you very, very fast. So whatever comes to your mind, Tim, you've got to just shout the answer. All right?
Not that quick. Good.
Tim Ryan, thank you so much for doing this, my brother. I really, really appreciate your time taking it
No
out.
problem. Thank you for asking.
Come here, man. Always, always,
Thank you for
always
asking.
spread the love. That's as far as I can see. If I
Yeah.
can do something for somebody on this weird,
Yeah.
wacky world that we're in on the internet, why not? Do you know what I mean? Spread the
Yes,
love.
thanks
That's the
for
way I look at it.
Appreciate it, yeah.
As always, my man, anytime. It's a much bigger privilege for me to have you on my show than you just coming on, trust me. So, like I say about all the podcasts, my guests are far more interesting than I am. So here we go, rapid fire quiz. Which is worse, doing the dishes or washing clothes?
Washing clothes.
Chocolate inside the fridge or outside the fridge?
Inside the fridge.
Coke or Pepsi, which do you prefer?
Coke.
This is our most topical question now. What's the correct way to hang the toilet roll? Does it go over the top or does it go against the wall? Which is the way?
Against the wall.
Oh, my man, that's the only way it goes. Are you an iPhone user or an Android user?
Android.
Your favorite actor or actress?
Clint Eastwood.
If you were in a holiday, which would you prefer? An ocean view or a city view?
Ocean view.
Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Both.
Favorite day of the week?
Friday.
Friday feeling. And bar Ireland, what's your favorite country in the world?
Oh, God, that's a guy got me now. I suppose Hawaii.
Hawaii. I'd love to go to Hawaii. I
Yeah,
really
I'd love
would.
to go to Hawaii. Yeah.
It'd be some little spot. We've got Claire coming in saying well done. Everybody said thanks so much, and everybody said you did a great job. Hold on a second there now. Oh yeah, this is your son coming in one more time. He said Unchained Melody was the song on the piano. What a voice in that song.
Yeah, it's
So
incredible.
that's Aaron tuning in one day. Aaron, thank you so much for all the questions.
Yeah.
You managed to pull both of us through the podcast because
Yeah.
it would have just been idiot me here asking a load of stupid questions, and I'm sure we
That's
wouldn't have had half as many people tuning in. So
If
Aaron,
I
thank
could-
you very much.
Yeah. If
Go
I could just for a minute, I don't know, delaying you.
Yeah,
Just with
Go
the
on.
live feeds I'm doing and all that, I just want to thank everybody that tunes in. I really
Yeah.
appreciate their support and all that, and hopefully we'll get around to going around to their towns or near them soon. They'll be able to do a show and see them all there. You know, that's my hope anyway.
We will, definitely. Everything's going to come back to normal. We're having the faith.
Please
you
God.
know?
Yeah,
It will.
yeah,
It
please
will.
God.
Tim, thank you so much
Yeah.
for doing this, buddy. I really, really appreciate you
problem.
doing this. Mind yourself and say hello to everybody up there for us. And until next time, buddy,
And
thank you so much.
Thanks.
What a wonderful life. It's a life I'm living. What a wonderful life. Living a life I love. Oh yeah. Well, I got no job to worry me. No big bad boss to hurry me. So wonderful life. That's good to me. It's a wonderful road. It's a road I'm traveling. It's a wonderful road, heading beyond the hill, oh yeah. Well, it may go straight or it may detour. There's one thing that I know for sure. It's a wonderful life, that's good to me. I don't know where I'm going, don't care where I'm going. Like a fog in the glow, I go on. We love every day, that we love the night away till the morning return. It's a wonderful life. It's a life I'm living. What a wonderful life. Living a life I love. Oh yeah. Well, I got neighbors, I got friends, just about everywhere the rainbow ends. It's a wonderful life. That's good to me. I don't know where I'm going, don't care where I'm going. Like a fog in the glow, I go on. We love every day, that we love the night away till the morning return. It's a wonderful life. It's a life I'm living. What a wonderful life. Living a life I love. Oh yeah. Well, I got neighbors, I got friends, just about everywhere the rainbow ends. It's a wonderful life, that's good to me. It's a wonderful life, that's good to me. Oh, it's a crazy life, but it's good to me.